Hello friends, Box Bandy here. Today I'm going to show you what I've been doing the last couple days. After I put that video out in double speed, which sounded awful, you didn't really get the feelings I had, I don't think. I'm so grateful for my friends that want to help me and do things for me. Sometimes they don't really understand what I need, but at the same time, I know they do it because they love me. And I know sometimes I may have come off sounding ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful. And Chris sent me that air fryer. It's a beautiful air fryer. It's just very big. In a very small space with very little counter space, I couldn't figure out how I could use it, how I could keep it. But I figured it out. So I'm going to show you what I decided to do. And I think you're going to like it. I'm so grateful. And so I'm determined to make room for my air fryer. There's the air fryer. It's huge. But I decided I have to make room for it. I know I will love it. And it was a gift from a friend who went out of her way and financially spent quite a bit of money, I imagine, for the gift. So this is where I'm going to put it. I tried to put it up here, wouldn't work. Tried to put it down there, wouldn't work. Took up the whole counter. So I have a new idea. I'm going to share it with you. So this is my new idea, where I had the cereal container and the utensil holder on this counter behind the stove. I think it'll fit there, but the tray will not pull out. So I'm gonna have to put it on a platform. I think if I put it on a platform, then I can use it. If I have to cook on that burner, which I don't very often, usually use the right burner, but if I have to cook on that, I can move it or turn it. So I think that's going to work. I'm going to make a platform for that. So there's going to be a little bit of wind noise. I'm going to get a battery for the fix on. So I need to cut this board with 2 pieces of wood. I'm going to use this for the top. I'm going to use this, cut it down to make a frame. It has to be 11.5 by 12. First off, I'm going to do the 12 inches, 2 pieces. So mark it at 12 and then again at 24. I'm trying to use my eyes, which are not good. So I'm going to get this straight. If this video doesn't come out, I don't know what to say. Okay. Let me cut those 2 pieces. Two. See how well that's out of the way. I cut all my wood up in 2-foot pieces. Let's get this out of the way. It's going to have to be a total of 11.5 by 12. So if I do this here, these are the 12. need to have 11.5 inches from there. Total of 24. If I want these pieces to sit inside, I have 3/4 inch. So 11.5 minus 3/4. Think about it. No. 10 3/4. Two pieces of 10 3/4. So there's 10 3/4 right there. I need another piece exactly 10 3/4. So I'll go from this end, 10 3/4. Okay, get the square. So I'm going to measure this here and cut it. It's really easy to get it out of line. Okay, there we go. Let me cut those two pieces. Jigsaw. There's those two pieces. So this is going to be the width, the 12 inches, and 11.5 is the depth. So I have to have... I don't know if you can see that. So that's my square. So let's see. So let me measure it. So I have the 12. And I have the width is this. So 11.5. So that's cut properly. So if I could just glue it and then do the nails. So I'm going to have to let this sit for a while it dries. Let that dry a little bit before I can screw it or nail it. Let's close that, otherwise it'll dry out. So there we have that. And then I'm going to take this piece of wood down here, and I have to cut that to the same thing. Let's hope that you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to measure it, and it has to be 11.5 by 12. So I'm going to go 11.5 one direction and the 12 the other direction. There's 11.5. Go 12 this way. 12. This is 12 right here. Now I just have to cut that piece of wood. This is my cutting surface. I don't know. I guess I have to wait till that dries a little bit. I'm determined I'm going to keep my air fryer one way or another. So So this is the finished shelf. I sanded it. I took off the little extra trim on the sides. I glued and nailed it with little finishing nails. And I think it came out pretty good. Now I'm going to have to paint it. Then I'm going to put it on my counter behind the stove. So that's my finished platform for my air fryer. Managed to fit it in this corner. Still put my other containers next to it. The only thing is I have to move it to the center of the prep area to cook. So tonight I'm cooking, gonna try it, first time, hash browns with ham. So I'm gonna see how it goes. So it's set for 390 degrees. It says it needs to cook for 9 to 16 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'll check back in about 10 minutes. So on these big appliances, they never put very long cords. They suggest not to use extension cords. I already have an extension cord plugged into the main electric from the inverter, so I don't want to take a chance of plugging in a second extension cord. But one thing is nice about this is your whole meal is in there pretty much. So it makes it, I don't need a lot of counter space. I can prepare everything ahead of time on the counter and then cook it in the air fryer. So still has 13 minutes to go. So I did want to test it to see how hot it is. I can touch the surface, so it's warm, but it's not hot at all. And I have to push this when I pull this out. Push this part when I pull the handle out to check it halfway. Shake it up a little bit. But it's working pretty good so far. So it's nice and cool. The only place I don't really feel a lot of heat, but I do feel some heat. And even the back, I can feel the hot air coming out of the back. Well, there it is. Looks like my slab of ham is done, and potatoes are nice and crisp. So we'll see how it tastes. Right there. I think I just have to lift it out of here and just pour it into the plate. That's pretty much it. Wow, it's pretty easy. Need to shake loose what is left on the pan, but for now, I think it'll be okay. Just slip it back in there. So I need to, the power is off, so it's good. So there we go. That's my dinner. So it came out really well. I'm very pleased with my shelf. I'm very pleased with being able to have that air fryer in my truck. I think I'm going to have some pretty good meals with that, and I'm looking forward to it. I do need to use more seasoning, so it wasn't very well seasoned. I didn't add anything because I thought the ham would be pretty salty, but definitely going to have to learn how to use seasonings with the air fryer. I guess it's the same thing, I don't know. Anyhow, it wiped out just with a paper towel. Nice and clean, nothing stuck. It was perfect. So I'm very happy, and I hope that Chris sees this and realizes that I finally worked it out, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Chris.